54th and 11th Avenue.
Okay, yes, because we don't know that. Okay.
So I don't know if you guys remember the Hot Wheels, not Hot Wheels, but like there used to be a bike that came out when I was a kid. I can't remember the character, but it was a new bike that I got, and I used to ride it across the court while he was filming the games. And one day he got pissed off. He's like, man, come here. He's like, bro, you want to flip the score or something? Because you always riding across the court. You in my film. Like, just go flip the score. So I was like, all right, cool. So every weekend, from when I was like 9 until I went away to college at 18, I started flipping the score at the scores table. So by the time I was 12, I was now on the microphone, and the microphone was a bullhorn. You know how they used to do? Right. Before they had the PA systems. Yeah. So I had the PA system. I mean, no PA system, the bullhorn. I was doing the stats, and I was doing the scoreboard. At 14, mind you, I'm seeing Allball. I'm seeing Redick. I'm seeing Body Wad. I'm seeing Air Jamaica, Africa. I'm seeing like a bunch of legit players, and I'm doing everything myself at the table. Right. So at 18, I went away to college. I went to St. Peter's University on an academic scholarship. I made it walk-on, but I lost my mom. I was going through a lot of stuff, so I didn't really play. I dropped out after a semester. Right. After that, I went into building stages. And while building stages, I had pinched a nerve in my neck. And I asked my boss, can I leave the job? He didn't let me. And I got frustrated. So after that day, I never went back. And I was spending all of the money that I had saved up. And I was like, bro, I need to get back to what I love. Right. I need to find something I love doing and make money. So I saw that Rucker Park was hiring. Okay. So I reached out to Rucker Park. Now,
what year was this?
This is recent. This is recent. This is like 2019. I reached out to Rucker Park.
Okay, not too far. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is 2019. I reached out to Rucker Park. I was like, hey, do you need anybody to do the stats? And I showed them pictures of me when I was like 10, 11, 12, just around the game. And they said, yeah, we can use you. So I went there for the whole summer. And while I was there, I was observing, I was trying to network. Like that summer, I met Jabari Parker, Lance Stevenson, Zaya Whitehead, Teresa Weatherspoon. But I had a dope conversation with Teresa Weatherspoon. Mind you, she's hit one of the greatest buzzer beaters of all time.
Yes.
New York Liberty, baby. Go do your research. She hit one of the biggest in maybe New York basketball history in the playoffs. But anyway, so while I was there, I met this guy named Lawrence. And he was wearing a shirt, and it was called Pro Reps. And every day he used to wear the shirt. So one day I walked up to him like, yo, do you coach? He's like, I run a basketball program. So I'm like, listen, I've been like trying to coach children. Right. That's one of the passions I have. I want to coach children. So he told me, show up to Riverside Church at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So me being, I live by a rule. Being early is on time, being on time is late, being late is unheard of. Yes. So I was there 30 minutes early. Now, I had no experience. I never did no coaching in my life. I ran a whole clinic with 14 kids by myself. Wow. And he told me after that, he's like, listen, I've had people come in here with 5, 6, 7 years of experience that never did it like that. Can you come back tomorrow? So I came back tomorrow. I came back the next day. I came back for about 2 weeks straight. After that, he was like, listen, right now I can't really pay you, but you can keep practicing. So I went through the whole summer. Practicing. Eventually, started getting paid to do workouts. Then I told him straight up, listen, my passion is to coach high school or to coach in a program. So my boy Gio, who's my best friend right now, Gio runs Brooklyn Basketball Academy. This is his academy. He reached out to Lawrence looking for a coach. Mind you, I lived in Manhattan at the time, Hell's Kitchen. Bensonhurst, Brooklyn is where Brooklyn Basketball Academy was. So I started taking the train from Hell's Kitchen to Brooklyn Monday through Friday to start coaching with Coach Gio in the basketball academy. Me and Coach Gio connected because we both hustle, bro. We both coming from nothing. He's from the country of Georgia. It's a struggle out there. I'm from a single mom, 3 sisters, 4 children. You know how it goes, you know? You can't get everything you want for Christmas, this, that. So I was out there hustling. And ever since then, we connected. So that's in 2020, I started coaching with him, and ever since then, I've been rocking with him every single day, coaching the children, getting better. We recently got this new space, this new gym. And now we've got to the point where we don't have to rent a gym no more. We don't got to do that. We run a whole academy through here. The goal is to teach kids the proper way of playing basketball, not so worried about how they dribble in, I want to teach them how to move without the ball, how to be ready to shoot, use your triple threat, and be efficient basketball players. That's about it. And that's pretty much my story of how I came up, and this is how I got to the point that I'm at now.
Right. Hey, man, big shout out Gio, man. Wow, Coach, that's like a hell of a story. Now, going back, did you ever love basketball like that?
Yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit. My sister really played basketball like every single day.
Okay.
And she used to bust my ass like 21-3 and laugh at me.
Wow.
And I used to get so mad that I was getting scorched that it made me start practicing.
Gotcha.
And I'm big on habits. So 15 minutes a day adds up. Then it became 20 minutes.
Right.
Then it became 30 minutes. And before you know it, you couldn't keep me out of the park. Park's right across the street from my house. You couldn't keep me out of the park.
Right.
My mom used to come to the park to whip me because I wasn't going home to dinner because I was playing basketball. So that's how I fell in love with basketball. I played, some of y'all might be familiar, I don't know where, Evander Childs in the Bronx, Gun Hill Road. I went to high school there. I was captain JV, captain varsity. That's where I got my academic scholarship to go to St. Peter's.
So can you name, what's some of the players that you played with out there in high school? If you can remember any.
Oh man, I don't remember last names a lot. Romaine, he's from the Bronx. He just played for the Jamaica national team. Okay. I got Jaquan. I think he's one of the assistant coaches in Evander now.
Come on, that's legendary.
I played for Jeffrey Wilder. A lot of people know Coach Wilder. He's helped a lot of kids.
Nice.
My guy Zeke. This kid, when I say he was in high school at 14 making 23s in a row, like he had a gun.
Wow.
Like I was fantasizing about like wanting to shoot like him one day. I played with my guy Marvin, played with Anthony Harris, Elijah. I have like a list of a few more, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
So how was it at St. Peter's? How was that experience?
Very small college. It's about 2 city avenues. I mean, now after they made the tournament and all that, it's probably getting hooked up even more.
Right.
But and they had a New York guard. They had a Juju. They had Juju as the point guard.
Juju.
As the point guard.
Right.
When they just made the tournament.
Yes.
That's New York in the building.
Yes, sir.
But it's very small. They're big on diversity there. Huge on that, and that's what attracted me. I'm big on diversity. I grew up around the project area, you know, only white kid in the group, Spanish, Black, Arabic, and I'm the only white kid. So I'm big on diversity and everybody feeling welcome. So that's what attracted me to St. Peter's, the diversity.
Got you. Hey, man, listen, man. Got Coach Kyle in the building. Like I said, this family, we at the legendary Brooklyn Basketball Academy. Now, before we start getting into a little bit of NBA, because you know, we yell, we fight, we argue all day about that. How was it here working for the Brooklyn Basketball Academy?
This has been the greatest experience in my life.
Wow.
Like, for example, ever since we opened up this facility, I've met such great people. I've met Steve Nash.
Right.
I've met Igor Kokoskov. I've met JJ Redick. Actually, JJ Redick's son is on the 3rd grade team. JJ Redick coaches them himself.
Okay.
Steve Nash's son is in the academy.
Oh, word? Wow.
Igor Kokoskov's son is in the academy.
Wow.
And it's just like to be coaching and then have Steve Nash walk in and sit down and observe your coaching and then be able to shake his hand and go to him and ask questions about your passion. And like Igor Kokoskov, I don't know if you guys know him. Go do your research, man. 30 years of coaching. This dude is a basketball guru.
Say it again. Igor
Kokoskov.
Igor Kokoskov. Go ahead.
When you see a Nets game, you'll see the assistant coach with the clipboard. He got gray hair. Bro, this dude has been an impactful mentor to me, and it's just amazing to have those people in your corner. So
let me ask you a question, because you know the people want to know. We so much basketball fanatics, and we love the NBA. How is it seeing JJ Redick coach?
So I'll put it like this, right? I'll put it like this.
Right.
So he was sitting here locked in on his son's practice, like no parent I've ever seen.
Hold on, before you finish. This is my cousin, because his son. How long has the program been around?
4 years.
The program's been around 4 years.
We just got our own facility this September. We turned a glass warehouse into a basketball gym. But getting back to your question.
Right. Like, how was JJ Redick coaching? How was he watching that?
So this guy, for the first 3rd grade game,
right,
he comes in with a paper. This shit has a list of his substitutions at the exact time he's gonna sub them.
Wow.
The exact transition he's gonna make from defenses.
Wow.
The exact goal of how he wants to play.
For 3rd grade.
He got me keeping track of offensive rebounds, this, that, for a 3rd grade game. And in my mind, I'm just like, am I not coaching good enough? Like, what's going on with me that I'm not doing this shit?
Right.
You know? So it's pretty, it's eye-opening to see, like, bro, like, when you get around people like that, you realize, yo, there's levels to this shit.
Right, because
there is levels to this.
Right, because we from the outside looking in as fans. So to get insight on NBA players and their coaching style and just the way they are, it helps us understand. Sometimes we don't know what the hell we talking about.
Right.
When we just blurting out and yelling out things. Now, let me ask you a question. How is your coaching style when it comes to the youth?
I'm big on positive affirmation, man.
Explain
that.
A
lot of coaches will yell at a kid in front of a crowd of people. That shit is not coaching, man. No kid is going to do exactly what you want them to do. They're kids. Positive affirmation, meaning you got it next time. You're okay. It's okay. Mistakes happen. Let's move forward. Let's progress. I think that a lot of coaches can be dictators, my way or the highway.
Right.
That's understandable at a college level, at a double A high school, okay, where you preparing for Division I hoops.
Okay.
That's acceptable. But when you're teaching a kid who doesn't even know themselves fully, don't know their capabilities, don't know their true potential, you just gotta give them positive affirmation, because it could be that kid that don't know shit about basketball that becomes 7 feet. And that's the kid that you denied because when he was 12, he couldn't dribble. When he was 12, he wasn't making the right pass. He wasn't making the right read. And he was busy there yelling at him. And now that's the month that make the NBA.
Wow. Hey, man, once again, Coach Kyle in the building. We here with the legend, and also in the legendary building, we have Brooklyn Basketball Academy. Now, is it possible that, remember, you coaching and you're coaching these young kids at a young age, is it possible to see a kid at that young age and to know this kid here can make it to the NBA? What's too young to know? Because, some people may say, yo, this kid's 13 and I know. Have you seen something like that?
I'm going to be honest. I judge off of mentality.
Okay.
I judge off of focus. Like, when I'm explaining and the kid is locked in, making eye contact and absorbing everything that I'm saying, I know that he's ready to take his game to the next level.
Okay.
There's some kids that have all the skills and they be dilly-dallying during warm-up. They don't take the stationary dribble serious, the form shooting serious, the step into your chest pass, make a strong chest pass.
Right.
That shit don't fly at the next. Like, you don't focus from warm-up until the last minute of practice.
Okay.
You're not ready to be a pro. Secondly, if you're not tired when you leave in practice, you're not working hard enough. Because
say that again.
If you're not tired when you're leaving practice, you're not working hard enough. And as a coach,
great quote.
My job is to make the practice more challenging than the game. Because if I don't do that, I'm not preparing you to play.
Right. Now, hey man, this is Coach Kyle, man, Brooklyn Basketball Academy. Y'all hear the legends that he's around. Steve Nash's son, JJ Redick's son, they all playing.
I'll tell you one thing, right? Sorry to cut you off. Igor, great mentor.
Yes, Igor.
He's
on the next bench.
Yep.
Coaching.
I have a 6'5", 11-year-old. He told me, do not box him in, treat him as a basketball player. That is the realest shit I've ever heard.
Now, when you heard that, how important is that
It's essential
for today in basketball.
It's essential. Big guy gotta know how to dribble. Gotta have good footwork. Gotta have coordination for dribble handoffs, pick and rolls. Even if he gotta do a little in and out cross real quick, he gotta be ready. Gotta grab the rebound, hold his hands up. Gotta be able to finish with both hands. And this comes from playing like a guard. Let him be a guard right now. When he goes into a high school or college, that's when he fits the system. But right now, you don't give him a system. You just let him play. So all them coaches that you see putting that big guy in the box,
no good.
Yell at him. Get at him. Bro, stop putting my son in the box. Treat him like a basketball player. Now, and then you'll see growth.
Now, let me just say this, everybody in the live, because a lot of people that's on our lives, I know a lot of them, and their kids play AAU basketball from all ages, from 8 years old to 14, 15. And what you just said is so legendary. And I'm going to repeat it. Like he just said, if your kid is playing basketball and he's at a certain size and they're putting him on the block, you say curse that coach out. Yeah. Let him be a basketball player. Do not put him in a post because he's going to have to learn how to handle the ball and things of that nature.
Right now, basketball is 5 out. Pass, cut, replace. That's basketball. You pass it out, you cut, somebody replaces you, they swing the ball.
Right.
If you run a pick and roll, that's because you at the level where you dominating. But honestly, I just think that basketball is spacing, and everybody got to know how to be creative.
Right.
And if you boxing a kid in, you're going to limit them from the jump. Make them very limited from the start, and that's not good.
Yeah. Once again, man, Coach Cal Borg, what up, Borg? Fabe, do me a favor. You got Borg on YouTube, right? You can't, damn. I want to DM Borg where we was at because he may be around. But Borg, give me a minute. We got Coach Kyle in the building, Brooklyn Basketball Academy.
I can put the address. I can put the address here. It's cool.
Nah. We don't want everybody to know.
You're right.
I mean, yeah, you could because it's a website. But Borg, you could DM Booger? Yeah. Go ahead, DM him the address. Hey, Booger, I'm going to DM you the address now. How is it? Because this is a question that people be scared to ask, but I'm asking.
Yeah.
How is it with some of these kids' parents?
Some of them are just obnoxious.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm gonna be honest.
Is that because I've started to see a lot of coaches and just a lot of people in general in the basketball world on a whole bunch of networks, they're saying now more than any that coaches are really looking at the kids' parents as well.
Yeah.
How big is that right now?
It's at an all-time high.
So you telling me, and I want you to explain, you telling me a kid's parent, no matter how good the kid is, a kid's parent can stop that child from getting into your program. So
let me reverse that question, right?
Okay.
As a parent, why do you send your kid to go get coached? Because if you know how to coach, you wouldn't send them to a coach.
Right.
So once you send them to a coach, you shouldn't have much input beside go put in the work. And if your kid isn't coming back to you complaining, you should be good.
Right.
Because that means that your kid is comfortable, he's learning, and he's adapting. But as a coach, I get infuriated when kid is looking at me, then looking at parent, then looking at me, then looking at parent. Because why are you sending them to me if you're still coaching them? Take them. Right. If you're gonna coach them, I don't want them. It's one thing to tag along to what I'm saying. It's another thing to have your own input and then have him questioning what I'm teaching.
Right.
That's something totally different.
Right. So should parents be careful as far as how they acting on the sidelines?
Yes. Especially, it depends where you're at. But in general, you don't want to get a bet. You don't want to be the reason why your kid don't get chosen because of your behaviors.
Have you seen that? You don't have to go into detail, but have you seen that happen personally yourself?
I know that right now, I've seen a really talented kid I'm trying to think of how to say it in a nice way, but parents gonna hold them back. And there's certain kids that you can see the parent push them so hard that by the time the kid might hit high school, excuse me, man, fuck you, I don't want to play no more.
Right. You know what I mean? I was just going to ask you that.
Pushing him so hard.
A parent can push you so hard to the point where you don't even want to do it no more. You lose the love and the passion for it.
Because now I'm not enjoying this shit.
Wow.
You making me not enjoy practicing. You making me not want to put in the work. Because you too, like, let me be me.
Right. Right.
And then when the kid says, yo, why don't you put on a shoe? Why don't you lace up? He get a bat smack.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Everybody, man, Coach Kyle, man, we at Brooklyn Basketball Academy. We need y'all to share the live because a lot of y'all have young men and women playing basketball in these AAU programs, and he's giving a lot of knowledge, a lot of very important history as far as when it comes to when it's to this youth basketball. We're going to get to what we like to talk about, but I just want to give y'all a heads up on how legendary this young man is and some of the great things he's doing. Now, in your opinion, what's the right way to coach these young men and women, and what's the wrong way to coach these young men and women?
No dribbles, 2 dribbles. Simple.
No dribbles, 2 dribbles.
Simple.
Explain that. Some people really might not know what that means.
Stop letting them over dribble.
Okay.
Make them put the ball down with a purpose behind it. Once a kid learns how to put the ball down with a purpose behind it, learns how to use their triple threat, now they officially on another level. When you give the kid the ball, he put it down immediately with no purpose, wrong move. He's getting trapped, turnover.
Wow.
And in New York City, trapping is big. Trapping basketball is huge in New York City at every level.
Right.
So once you put that ball down without a purpose, you're screwed. Teach your kids. If you run a basketball program, for 2 weeks, your kids will hate you. Do no dribble and 2 dribbles. See the progression. Then you really get to see who's a good teammate, who understands how to get open, who understands movement, who understands spacing.
Right.
Anybody could have the dribble moves. But now it's about when and how you utilize them.
Now, when you say no dribble or 2 dribbles, of course we know what no dribbles mean. Give me the definition of 2 dribbles. Just 2 dribbles and get the ball out your hands.
You got to get the ball out your hands.
Okay.
That means that every time you put them 2 dribbles in, it better be to take up the most space possible and to go get a bucket. Or to create a play for another teammate. It's the only time you're putting the ball down. You're not just putting the ball down to put it down.
Right. Now, give me, it seems like, because in my day when I was younger, when we played, a lot of these things you're telling us, we wasn't told none of that. Give me the big difference between when you was young playing, and today.
There was a post player when I was younger. Lane was clogged. Now everything's open. That's why people feel the ability to dribble.
Right.
Because they feel like once they get past their man, they can go for the layup. I mean, that's just my opinion, because back then the paint was called. Back then you used to have to get your big man. Like, I forgot someone said it in the live the other day. They were like, bro, when I was growing up, it was Kareem, it was Bill Russell, it was this person, that person. Yeah, just a bunch of big guys. You gotta get your touches to the big guy.
Right.
Now, who's the big guy that you gotta get your touch to? He's on the outside, ready to do pick and pop.
Wow. Because I just seen I keep forgetting how to say his name. Wembenyama or
Wembenyama.
Wembenyama. Did you see the movie that it just went viral? They was guarding him, and it looked like it was a guard. Remember, he's 7'2", 7'3"?
Yeah, about that.
So let's say whoever guarded him was like 6'3" or whatever. He did an in and out, pulled up for the 3, missed the 3, and caught the dunk off a missed 3.
Wow.
Off the rebound.
Wow.
So I'm gonna say that again, coach.
He shot a 3.
Look, but before the 3, in and out behind his back. Look, pop, behind the back, pulls up for the 3. The 3 hits, comes off the rim. He follows it up with a dunk.
Wow.
This is what basketball is going to.
Yeah.
So what you just said, they ain't putting that man in the post.
Right.
You kidding me? So what you just said makes perfect sense. Wow.
Spacing.
Wow. So everything is spacing.
Everything is spacing. The ball moves faster than a player. It's proven. Move that ball, man. Move that ball. Get the help. You remember that Anthony Edwards dunk last season where he threw it on Yuta Watanabe?
Yeah.
Was it last season, the season before? I don't remember.
Right. I remember the
dunk. That was because of bad recovery defense. Lazy closeout because the ball moved faster than the person. Gary Trent did a lazy closeout to the corner. How many dribbles Anthony Edwards took to explode? 1 dribble, threw it out in front, power step, gone. Simple.
0-2
from the
dribbles.
from the 3-point line.
Right. Wow.
One dribble. And if you look at Giannis,
same thing.
2 dribbles.
Yeah.
If you look at any good player outside of dominant ball handlers who get paid millions of dollars to ball handle, look at college basketball. The most dribble you'll see is the dude setting up the play.
You got a point.
Dribbling that ball. Sorry, my camera fell, guys.
Yeah, all good.
Dribbling that ball to organize the play.
Wow. Hold on, man. We got a lot of people in the building now, man. A-Game Podcast, Coach Slow, the producer. Listen, y'all. Coach Kyle in the building. Y'all seen him on live with us. We shooting here live from Brooklyn Basketball Academy. He's talking about youth basketball, AAU basketball. What ages do y'all have here at this academy?
We go from 2nd all the way to 10th. After 10th, you do individual training.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We do every grade. We do skill development. We work with babies at 5 years old.
Wow.
We do it all.
Y'all do it all.
And then eventually we'll have so this isn't like regulation size court, but eventually maybe in the next year, a year and a half, we'll have regulation size court, and we're going to create our own league. And all them top AAU programs that you see in the city going to be coming to use our gym to play in this tournament.
Like a Drew League.
Pretty much.
Basically
for the high school.
Based in New York.
Yep.
Hey, man, that'll be, listen. Hey, I'm going to say it again. Y'all need to stay on this live, share this live. It's a lot of information going on here. Brooklyn Basketball Academy, Coach Kyle, y'all hear what he's talking about. He's breaking down AAU basketball, youth basketball from 2nd grade to 10th grade. What not to do, what to do, how to coach, how to not coach.
And I'm not saying that I'm 100% correct, because maybe someone has a different philosophy that works. But I'm saying if you're a coach and you're listening, try to incorporate little things that I'm mentioning and just see the overall growth of remember, you're building fundamental. That's what it's about, the mentality of the kids.
Fundamental.
Yeah. Simple. That's the word. That's what you should focus on.
Do y'all have kids that catch on quick?
Yes. And those are the kids that I'm telling you. You talking and they locked in. My 3rd grade team, you could have a real basketball, like JJ's son.
Right.
I
see some clips of him. You could
tell him, yo, listen, he's going to hedge off of that screen. You're going to drop it down to the middle, rotate to the corner, hit the 3 on the kick out. And he understands what you mean.
That's crazy.
Wow. And he's in 3rd grade. But you know why? Because every time Dad talks, every time I talk, he's locked in. Those are the basketball players.
Right. Wow. Hey, man, I'm going to keep saying it. Coach Kyle, Brooklyn Basketball Academy. A lot of knowledge. A lot of y'all out there with young men and women that's in the AAU circuit. Y'all need to hear this. Y'all need to share this. He's basically telling you the right way to coach, man, and to raise up these young men and women as far as in the basketball world. Now, I like what you said. Let these kids be basketball players.
Yeah, man. Let them have the freedom to do what they want.
Right.
Let me rephrase that. Make the decisions that they want to make. Put them in a decision-making environment.
Right.
Don't let them dribble all they want, but make them decision-make. Make them think the game and read the game. Anybody can make it past that first defender, but does he know how to read that second defender? Does he know what he's looking for? That's what you want to teach them, and that's where no dribbles and 2 dribbles comes into play.
Hold on, say that again. That was legendary what you just said. You could get by your defender, but now do you have the wherewithal, the knowledge
to read the second player that's coming over and make the right read, the right decision on where the ball needs to go. This is why no dribble and 2 dribble are essential. Because once you can master it, no dribble, 2 dribble, now you get to see the creativity that a kid has and how much they're thinking when you give them the freedom to dribble again.
Right.
And if they're not thinking, then you pull it back. You say, listen, we're not going to dribble until we start thinking the game. And then they'll start thinking the game, and they'll want to think the game because they know that if they don't think the game, they don't got the right to dribble.
Wow. Ask you a question. It's all good. Ask you a question. At this young age, do y'all teach setting picks, taking offensive fouls?
No.
None of that.
We don't teach picks yet.
At what age do they start teaching that?
5th grade, 6th grade.
Okay.
when they can actually fully understand what a hedge is, what help is, what a rotation is, that's when you start teaching pick.
Okay.
How to set a good screen, because listen, youth basketball, there's already enough jump balls.
Right.
The last thing you want is a freaking moving screen.
Right. Okay.
And some kids aren't even strong enough to take the content.
Right.
And again, that comes down to letting the kid play. You could think that a kid's gonna be 6'10". What if you don't go to 6'10"? What if he goes to 5'8"? And you've been wasting his second, third, fourth, fifth, treating him like a big man just because he was big at those ages.
Wow. Great point. Hey, man, we at the Brooklyn Basketball Academy. Coach Collins in the building. Now, let's get to a little bit of NBA, man.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
hey, guys, thank you. My bad. I just want to thank Allball for having me again.
Come on, man. Thank you.
And secondly, thank you guys for hearing my story. I honestly didn't plan to share my story, but I'm always willing to give back. And again, what I shared is things that I've learned over time. Again, I'm not saying it's all right, but I'm saying if you do take a little piece of the advice, you will see growth within your children or your basketball players. Even one piece of advice. Thank you for letting me share.
Yes. Listen, man, Coach Kyle Basketball, the Brooklyn Basketball Academy. Now, I know what y'all want to talk about. We're going to get to it. I want to get to a couple topics before 1 o'clock. We got Alexander Acker in the building, former Detroit Piston. At 1 o'clock, he's going to be on here live with me and Coach Kyle. You got to give me your thoughts. Dallas Mavericks.
Kyrie Irving, that's all I need to say.
All right, explain.
Kyrie Irving. You ever walk in a room and feel that bad energy?
Yes.
That's what Kyrie Irving brings into a locker room. In my opinion, he brings friction. It's proven.
So what is it going to take for that to not happen?
He needs to be the only player with his abilities on the team. He needs to be in a Damian Lillard situation where there's nobody that can give him negative feedback about his decisions.
Okay.
Because, for example, Lillard can go into a game and jack up 40 shots, 20 bad threes. Who on his team has the right to say anything?
Okay, but then now...
He played in Brooklyn. You got KD, James Harden who can say something. He played in Boston. You got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown that can say something. He plays in Dallas. You got Luka that can say something. When he played in Cleveland, was there any of this?
No.
Outside of LeBron?
No. And I think LeBron kind of wanted him to do that because sometimes LeBron wants that pressure off of him.
Right.
But I don't want to keep letting Kyrie off the hook. Listen, we can only speak on the basketball court. Every person in the locker room swears Kyrie is a great teammate. Listen, I'm talking about the basketball court.
You can be a good teammate, but make bad decisions in the game. You can be a great teammate, but then when it comes to the game, you acting like you don't care about everybody else. You're doing your own thing. I see a lot of isolation with Kyrie, honestly.
Okay. Yo. Hey, man. Hold on. He in the building early. Let's go. Oh, man, we got him in the building early, so we ain't going to wait. And, Coach, we can finish that once we get the guests off this joint. Yeah. Yes, sir, man. Alexander Acker in the building. I just sent you a request. Let's get it. Come on, man. Yeah, that Kyrie, listen, man. People be letting him off the hook because they like him, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Man.
I love this, man.
Honestly, like, I just think that he can't be around someone that has his capability because they're always going to clash.
Yeah, but how is that an excuse if you want to win? Like, that's just my only thing.
Some people aren't willing to, like, Russell Westbrook had a humbling experience with the Lakers.
Yes.
He's not bringing that same energy into the Clippers. He hasn't had that humbling experience yet. Maybe this is it. Okay. Maybe this is like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go to Detroit and ball out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he needs a Damian Lillard situation where he's the man and nobody can tell him shit and he can do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
Coach, what up, Coach?
Yo, they're good. They don't hear an echo.
I hear it. Hey, how was the audio? Do y'all hear an echo? You hear it?
I'm hearing it like.
Yeah, I hear it there.
The volume is down on there.
Yo. Yeah, but let me see something. Yeah, it's down. It can't go down no more.
No, I don't hear it anymore.
Let me know when y'all ready to hold Luka account. Hold on, we talk about. Hold on, you right. Hey man, when we gonna hold Luka accountable?
I mean, I've been waiting for that discussion for a long time.
Hold on, until we get our guest in. Can we agree? I've been going at Luka, and nobody pushes back with me. My opinion, Luka. What I said yesterday, we had the slices of pie, right? We got a slice of pie. You have 4 slices. You have Luka, you have Kyrie, you have Jason Kidd, and Mark Cuban. I said Luka get 50% slice of the pie. See, look.
I said Mark Cuban gets 50.
I mean, I can't give it to Mark Cuban because Mark Cuban always makes the magic happen.
What magic?
This magic is he ain't make no magic happen since third.
As a matter of fact, here's my argument. He's been breaking the magic from happening.
So hold on, y'all. Hold on. Coach Carmelo said, I'm glad Stephen A. and Jay Will is pointing out Luka lack of leadership and always crying. Listen, but a coach, let's give all of us shout outs because they just started talking about that. We've been talking about this. Listen, man, Luka deserves a lot of blame for this. He asked for help.
He said what magic?
Oh, we live said what magic?
Right.
How do you get Kyrie in Dallas?
Yeah, but how do you
trade? But how do you get Kyrie in Dallas?
All right,
that was never even thought of.
All right, can I ask you a question? All right.
You telling me Mark Cuban don't have nothing to do with that?
Yes. But now, hold on, let me play devil's advocate, as I always do. Where's the magic letting Brunson go?
Would you rather pay Jalen Brunson all that money or Kyrie all that money?
Brunson.
Now I'm gonna tell you about Brunson. No, hold on. That's a great.
You got them colors on right now, Coach.
That's a great.
I'm not saying that Brunson isn't balling out right now, but judging on paper, I'm paying Kyrie more money than I'm paying Brunson.
Who you think? Your honest opinion. You're a coach. You see it all. Who you think Luka rather have? Forget everybody else. Who you think?
Again, this comes down to what I'm saying about the issue with Kyrie. He can't sacrifice his ego.
So you give him the pie. Who do you had that pie?
If I had that pie,
yeah, give me.
Luka gets. I'll give Luka a little less than 50. I'll give him 40.
Okay.
Everybody else gets 20.
Okay, I can live with that as long as Luka gets the most of the blame. No, because nobody's blaming Luka. Luka begged for help. You had a team last year that was a good team that got to the Western Conference Finals. So, yeah, we know Kyrie is better than Brunson, but he's not a better fit. And anybody that no fit coaches you. You can have a kid that they could be spectacular, but they may not fit.
So, I'm going to be honest. At first, it was Kyrie has COVID, the issues with COVID or whatever, the mandation. What's the issue now is my question.
There's no issue. He's killing right now in Dallas.
They're not winning though.
I get it, but I'm saying he's showing up and he's killing. So the issue is that they don't mix. You took away the whole defense.
But hold on. Big shout out Rage Man.
Are we rushing the expectation?
Of course. That's what we do, coach. Who cares?
And that might be the issue.
But go.
They traded so much up that now there's too many gaps to fill. So give it an off season. And maybe we see something different. I mean, I honestly don't think they should be out of the playoffs.
Right. But hold on.
Which is where things is.
Hold on. I want to give a shout out Rage Man, which he made a great point. And this can go towards Luka. Well, against Luka. He said Porzingis failed in Dallas, but now he's playing good basketball in Washington, even though Washington is not a good team.
Yeah.
See, but I wouldn't say Porzingis failed. Porzingis just kept getting hurt.
Exactly.
There's a difference between failing and being unhealthy.
He's a unicorn, man. Like
now he has a healthy season. This is the first healthy season, or majority healthy season he's had since New York.
Yes.
Right. I agree.
Because honestly, Luka and KP should have been one of the best 1-2 punches in the NBA, but they didn't have enough time. It's the same shit that we saw happen with Brooklyn happened with Dallas.
Right.
But I'm sorry, that's my thing. The Porzingis deal didn't work out. Then you basically traded Brunson and your whole defense for Kyrie. That's my problem with Mark Cuban
Now.
and Nico Harrison. You can't do that. You have 2 offensive players now, no defense.
Right.
Hold on. Hey, coach.
Yeah.
We gonna go there.
Oh man, here we go.
We going there.
Here we go.
We going there. You see what I'm typing in? Listen, we going there.
Yo, this is a debate we've been having for about 30 minutes.
Listen.
I need y'all opinion, please. Yo, Sean, I need your opinion.
Coach, all
Melo,
live, down dropper
Melo
Raymond
or Pierce. Who you taking for that moment?
Listen. See, hey, listen, let's put out, we can't be biased.
Listen,
let's put
I
out
am a big time Carmelo Anthony fan.
Yeah, let's get it.
Huge Carmelo Anthony fan. Paul Pierce is the truth.
Listen.
That's all I'm gonna say. Paul Pierce is the truth.
Let's put away the medals in the ring.
Yeah.
Let's put away the medals in the ring. If we just talking game. Look, they say this is not a debate.
Bugging.
Nah, y'all bugging. Listen, yo,
this is not a debate. Are you kidding?
Yo, listen, the Melo stands is like the Kyrie stands.
Listen,
bro.
we taking away all
Strip
rings.
everything.
Listen, Paul Pierce has a ring. Melo has 3 gold medals. Melo has a national title. None of that shit matters.
Take away La.
We talking
strip
we
everything.
talking strictly stats, skills, and ability.
Now I'm gonna tell you, Melo never had the compliment of players Pierce had. Now
I disagree. Honestly, Sean, that Denver Nuggets team was stacked
when they went to the conference finals.
I do give it that they ran into Kobe, but that team was stacked.
Right.
1 through 5.
Now,
Melo, J.R. Smith, Nahara,
Can I
Kenyon
throw something else
Martin,
in there?
Birdman,
Can I throw something else in there?
Atkins.
I think Melo and AI is a different outcome than Pierce and AI. Pierce just knows basketball.
But hold on. See, this is where, for me,
even when they had Chauncey.
But hold on. See, they said Melo's a top 5 offensive player of all time.
No, that's a drag. That's a reach.
Top 5? See, this is what I'm saying.
That's a reach.
Now, I'm going to give you Melo what he did in Syracuse. That can potentially put him a little bit over the hump for people that, but for me, Paul Pierce gets lost in the sauce. I don't know why.
Because of that outrageous fucking comment he made that got me mad
D-Wade?
About being better than D-Wade. And then Jalen Rose is a dick.
Rondo.
Because he's so mad that he got 81 dropped on him.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to expose everybody's bad time.
Right.
He put him on blast, and now people think that he sucks.
Listen.
Is Melo better than D-Wade? No.
Hold on. Rondo, KG, Ray Allen. Now, this is what I'm going to say. Hey, coach, hey, man. See, how y'all saying this is a joke? How? Like, this is the disrespect that Paul Pierce get.
Listen, Paul Pierce had fucking Antoine Walker, Theo Ratliff. Let's not name Paul Pierce's teammates before 08.
When Paul, listen, he said top 5. I'm not saying it.
Wally Zerbiak, come on.
Hold on.
Rashad McCants, Gerald Green.
Rafe LaFrance.
Like, are we serious?
Listen, let's stick with this Melo top 5 offensive player all time. Hold on. Is he offensively better than AI? Is he offensively better than Jordan? Is he offensively better than Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant,
Tim Duncan,
James Harden? Listen, man.
David Robinson,
Ray Allen. I'll even throw Ray Allen. Honestly, when Ray Allen came in the league, them supersonic Milwaukee Bucks days.
Well, hold on. Right.
People forget about that.
Listen, hold on. Y'all talking
Dirk Nowitzki. Tim Duncan is up there. A better bag than Melo. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Are they kidding?
Listen,
these people are crazy.
These are our family members, man.
Yo, coach, I'm disappointed in you, Sean.
Listen, I like Melo, but my opinion, I think Paul Pierce is better than Melo. And I think he can score just as good as Melo. It's just he gets lost in the sauce for some. I'm gonna tell you what this remind me of, coach, and you could elaborate. Just how Scottie Pippen gets lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
It's players that get lost in the sauce for no apparent reason.
Yep. I agree.
It's nowhere in the world.
See, look what Fleet.
Like for example, when you mention top shooting guards, I never hear Clyde's name mentioned.
Ever.
Never. It's small forwards. I never hear Dominique mentioned.
And if you do mention them, we laugh at it.
But I can see why they get lost in the sauce though. Clyde and Dominique, the left hand, it means a lot, man.
Listen, when Michael Jordan say on national TV, Clyde was a threat.
I get it, but we saw after Drexler and Mike, we seen the hybrid of them. Like Kobe's way better than Clyde Drexler, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's agreeable, but we can't just keep disrespecting guys.
No, not disrespecting, but we gotta say that they started it.
Yeah.
And then these guys came and was like, we learned from you, and we could yam it like you, but we could also we got a left hand, bro. Like you gotta, you gotta give Kobe his props. Gotta give even T-Mac in his prime,
Okay. Hold on.
But let's get back to
the crux.
Right. Hey, Fauci, listen, hold on. My guy Fauci's in the building. Are we live? Coach Commodore. Oh, man, we got Zach in the building. Listen, y'all, we live at the Brooklyn Basketball Academy with Coach Kyle. We just need y'all in the comments, man.
He said Kareem had to be given the ball. He didn't create his own opportunities, man. He's 7 feet. Of course you got to be given the ball.
Hold on. Did Melo broke the ball up every time? He didn't have to give him the ball in his spots?
Right?
So Come on now.
Paul Pierce is saying. Paul Pierce, when he get to the elbow, I mean, I'll tell you this. Their game is so much similar. Let's be real. They both not explosive. They both not getting above the rim.
Talk about Melo and Paul Pierce.
Melo and Paul Pierce.
Right.
Let's do the compare and contrast.
Okay.
They both can post up at the elbow. They'll both play bully ball. They both got guns. They both don't play above the rim. They're both defensive liabilities.
That's a fact.
So they have a lot in common. Now it just comes down to last 4 seconds of the game, game 7, game-winning shot. Who you giving the ball to?
The truth.
Carmelo or Paul Pierce?
Hey, Fauci.
I'm giving the ball to Paul Pierce.
Hey, Fauci, explain, if you could, how is Melo better than Paul Pierce? If I need a bucket Pierce all day overall scorer, slight edge to Melo. Okay, Zach, I can agree with that. I'm not going to argue with that. But
especially when he was younger. I think Melo was a better talent. Like naturally, God gave him more gifts. He just bigger. But Pierce, bro, what can't he do? Talk about footwork. He has way better footwork than Melo.
Mind you, he's slow as shit.
Right. He had to be crafty.
So top small forwards all time. Where do you have Melo? Do you have him in your top 10?
Debatable.
You're a little rough on Melo, Coach. That's why we family, man. Listen, debatable. All right.
You got a lot of pioneers. Elgin Baylor, Dr. J. That's 2. You got Pippen. You got Grant Hill. I don't know if you put T-Mac as a 2 or a 3.
Well, you know, T-Mac got the cheat code. Because some people have him at the 3, then some people have him at the 2.
Right.
But then now we go with the obvious LeBron, Larry Bird,
James
KD.
Worthy.
James Worthy is not brought up enough.
Pierce just didn't look athletic.
Dominique.
Yeah, but
that's 10 right there.
Right, but that's the point. Pierce didn't look athletic, and he was sneaky yamming on you.
So now, listen, this is why this is a great. See, these comparisons, people think they not great, but then when you dig deep in, listen.
We just we just low-key named 10 small forwards that are debatably better than Melo on the spot. We didn't even dig deep. Like if you name the best small forward to play for every franchise, you might find one that played for every franchise that might be better than Melo. You know what I mean?
We named Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
Oh man, and here's my thing with
Tony Kukoc,
with AI and Paul Pierce, they got plays named after them. Paul Pierce got some play on the weak side that's named after him. The weak side of the defense, he took advantage of them.
Yeah.
Melo don't have that. This guy was just crafty. He's smarter. I think he plays smarter.
I think
if Melo had one shit, he'd be top 10. So see, but listen, I like what Coach. I mean, I like what Chris Fauci, man. That's fairly fire drill. Because you know he has some wild takes. Alex English, Mark McGuire.
He laughed at Tony Kukoc.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can't do that.
No, you know it's crazy. Go look at the history of Tony Kukoc,
Hondo.
please.
John Havlicek is overlooked.
Yeah, Baylor, Pippen, Kawhi Worthy, Dr. J. Let's go, Rage Man. I already know how Rage Man give it up. Look, we got to factor in those players were the driving force of their team. LeBron, listen, see, fight it. No, LeBron, Bird, KD, Kawhi, Pippen, Melo, Dominique Wilkins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He named 11 before Melo. That's what I'm saying. It's debatable if he's in the top 10 or not.
See, my thing is, I try not to make it personal. See, a lot of us like some of these players personal.
Yeah.
So, and Melo is a superb talent. But I'm being honest, man. Yeah, listen, I don't know why you laughed at Tony Kukoc. I really don't.
Best player to ever come out of his country. If I'm not mistaken, he has a 3-peat, right?
Yes.
So that right there. How many people have 3-peat?
And coach, he played a major part in that. Like, he wasn't no bum. He wasn't no slouch.
That's what I'm saying. He played point guard at one point for them. Brought the ball up at one point.
Yeah.
Then he played the 4. He played the 3. He could guard the 2 guard. Can Melo do that?
Yeah. No.
Melo can't bring the ball up.
So was Manu. Manu was a 2 guard, though.
Yeah.
Manu wasn't a small forward.
Not a small forward.
Okay, we got our guests in the building. Listen, y'all. Yes, sir. Oh, man. We got the guests in the building. Me, Coach Cal Fabe, Uncle Ice Basketball, Brooklyn Basketball Academy. Come on, man. Oh, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you feeling, man? All right. Let me just introduce. We got Coach Cal over here. I'm Allball, Uncle Ice, Fabian. And yo, it's a pleasure, it's an honor, Alexander Acker, man. Like I said, met you through Jared. Appreciate you coming through, showing love. How you feeling today? I'm good, man. Everything's good. I appreciate you guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know you over there in Italy. It's what, 7, 8 o'clock over there now. Right? All right. Let me just introduce. We got Coach Cal over here. I'm Allball, Uncle Ice, Fabian. And yo, it's a pleasure, it's an honor, Alexander Acker, man. Like I said, met you through Jared. Appreciate you coming through, showing love. How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. Everything's good. I appreciate you guys for having me on, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know you over there in Italy. It's what, 7, 8 o'clock over there now, right?
Yeah, it's about 7 o'clock for sure.
Okay. Nice. Well, let's get right to it real quick.
What you got going on?
Can you give us some of your basketball history, some of your background, where you started, where you from, and things of that nature?
For sure. I'm from SoCal, California.
Okay.
Born and raised. Parents actually put the ball in my hand at the early age, at the age of 5. Only sport that I ever played. Fell in love with it. Everybody said I was going to get burnt out, need to try something else. But basketball is human nature to me right now. You know what I mean? So I loved it from the moment I picked up the ball. Until I retired, 16 years, you know. I went to school at Pepperdine University in Malibu, California. Prestigious school. Was coached by one of the elite players / coaches, Paul Westphal, who coached for many teams, Seattle Supersonics, Phoenix Suns when they had Barkley, went to that run, all the way to the chip, trying to get to the chip after Jordan after he smashed it. But having the privilege of being coached by an elite player that's a guard that knows, you know, basketball from his perspective, giving me the insight of how to be a pro, training me and teaching me for 4 years to be a, you know, professional athlete. Unfortunately, I didn't do 4 years. My family was extremely struggling financially, so I had to jump school and put my name in the hat after I get in a little buzz and see where it was at from there. Did 3 years at Pepperdine. Was blessed, by all means, I would say blessed, to be hearing my name called as the 60th pick in the NBA draft in 2005 by the Detroit Pistons. Funny story about that, which is crazy, is that I didn't even know they had the 60th pick. I knew they had the 21st pick by in the first round, and they had the 56th pick. I did not know they had the 60th pick. When I heard the 56th pick by Amir Johnson, who they called, who was the number one, the last player to be drafted in high school, I would say. I had got a call from Joe Dumars, who was the GM, pretty much saying, like, we got you. You know, when I heard that, I just heard the commissioner, who's the commissioner now, actually say that, you know, the last player picked. Alex Acker from Pepperdine University. So my heart dropped from there, and my career started from that point on as far as profession. You know, and,
Congrats.
It's just been a grind from that point on, just proving myself, being the underdog, then people saying like you don't belong in a way, you know what I mean? You're too skinny, too short, all that stuff. You're too slow.
Right.
Just proving them wrong, you know what I mean? And keeping within myself of the fundamentals that I've had, just being who I am, you know, 15-foot mid-range, you know, assassin, I would say. I would put myself in that category. And I got a privilege to actually getting, you know, trained and coached by one of the elite players as far as a 15-foot mid-range, which is Rip Hamilton. And I got soaked up mad game from him. Lindsey Hunter. I had some tremendous veterans, you know, Tayshaun Prince, Chauncey Billups, Mr. Big Shot. The list goes on. And I got a taste from the overseas expectors as far as Carlos Stefano, Carlos Arroyo, you know, some giants over there, and, well, over here in Europe as well too. Yeah. So out of all those names, I did not see my jersey at all. You know.
Going over here. So this is in Brooklyn. It's called the Brooklyn Basketball Academy. And in here, he coaches, it's from 2nd grade to 10th grade. And in here, JJ Redick is a coach. Steve Nash kid playing here. So, yeah, they doing some big things over here.
I actually follow you guys, matter of fact. I just got hooked to you guys recently, matter of fact.
Nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate that so much,
Nice.
Yeah, you guys do an amazing job. I've seen the growth. I seen JJ Redick coming there and giving some sauce for everybody, which is dope. Yeah.
So much, man.
Yeah. So,
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Going to Pepperdine University.
Yeah.
Do you expect the opportunity to get drafted? Honestly, because I don't think I've heard of a NBA player that's honestly from Pepperdine.
From Pepperdine?
That's pretty cool. Like that's cool. You might be one of the like pioneers of Pepperdine University.
We got a couple of guys. That got drafted out of Pepperdine. Well, me actually, I think I take this perspective from everybody that coming from California. I'm from America. You don't intend to play basketball in Europe. You put all your eggs in one basket of trying to make it to the league. It's either the league or nothing. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like a thought of my process of like trying to do anything else but make it to the NBA. Whatever vehicle that was going to get me there, whether it was Pepperdine, whether it was a lot of other schools that came in and left, and the fact that I actually didn't pass my SATs, you know what I mean? I was literally like 10 points short. And the crazy thing about it, I was never even recruited by Pepperdine. I was never recruited by Pepperdine. My AAU coach, you know, like AAU, you travel everywhere, you just hooping and stuff. So my AAU coach called me and he was like, yo, they running up at Pepperdine. You need to come with me. I'm taking a couple of guys. So it was just open run, but I didn't know that Paul Westphal was having this because they had one more spot to get somebody a scholarship. Wow. So I went up there just to hoop. And little behold, when I went up there to hoop for like a whole day, we were playing and my team was just cooking. We get to the final court where we stretch the court up and we going long. Everybody's around us watching us hoop and my team wins. He sits me down. He was like, yo, where are you going next year? You know, your AAU coach is telling me about you. And I was like, man, I'm about to go to Salisbury prep school. You know what I mean? Prep school. So he was like, nah, we want you. And I was like, wow. I didn't pass SATs. He's like, nah, don't worry about that. Your red shirt, I think you need the red shirt. I was a thin, paper thin. I needed the red shirt. You know what I mean? So they took the initiative of putting, you know, me into the situation where I was not even involved. You know what I mean? Just like that. So I came home that same day with a scholarship in my hand. Wow. To my mom and dad.
Wow. What was their reaction to that?
They didn't know nothing was going on. They thought I was just going to go hoop. Normal day.
Wow.
And to see their kids from, you know what I mean, they can come to every game. They can watch me play. That was just, you know what I mean? They know about, my dad knows games, basketball, Paul Westford. Like, it was just crazy. It was definitely God from that standpoint. And, yeah, I packed my bags that week and I was going to Pepperdine that following week. Wow. Yeah, it was crazy.
Now, let me ask you a quick question. So, in LA, where you're from, California, I love to hear some of the street ball aspects of like some of the guys that was real good that didn't make it. Give me some of the names of the guys like when you was balling in the streets or outside in the park that was real good that didn't make it, because we also like to give props and keep those names alive as well.
Man, we had some guys. We had Tayshaun Prince's. Not Tayshaun. We had a lot of dudes, man. Our whole AAU team is flooded with guys. To be honest with you, I think only about 3 of us went to the league or touched it.
Okay.
We had Avery Queens, little guard. He played AAU. He went down there almost a McDonald's All-American. We had Mike Hall. He actually went to Pepperdine too, matter of fact. We had a lot of guys, man. It was just to the point where they didn't get better. You know what I mean? They peaked too early.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? They don't like that. When you peak too early, they can't implement what they want as far as a system. And they was as nice and raw as high school players. And you just felt that they had a future from that standpoint. But when you went to the next level, and it's hard to take somebody that has street credibility, street ball, and then try to put them into a system. It was kind of like, it's one of those things where you got to go to the right situation as far as schools too as well.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, man, Allball, Coach Kyle, Uncle Wack, man, got the legend, man, Alexander Acker in the building. Now, if you could, what was the big difference between playing in college and playing in the NBA?
Ooh, that was a huge transition. The huge transition was the number one thing I've had to say is the pace. The pace. Go ahead. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. The pace of basketball is a different level. You know what I mean? And it involves when to react, when not to react. I learned that actually just sitting my butt down watching basketball. You know what I mean? I watched how to be a professional athlete as far as I got drafted into the league as far as being a point guard. But I was a 2 guard my whole career in college. But they wanted me to be a point guard. So in order for me to transition to being a point guard, I had to look at Lindsey Hunter and see what he was doing. I had to look at Chauncey Billups and see how he was only taking 5 shots and he's having 20-point games. You know what I mean? And how he can impact the game, just not off of scoring, but when it's needed for him to take over in the fourth quarter, you know, and hit a big shot. How he gets to the free throw line 3-4 times a quarter, you know? And those things was crazy to me to see how he built his game. And it was so quiet until they needed him to hit a big shot, Mr. Big Shot, you know what I mean? Or how it's not even impactful as far as like just playing defense where it can be a knack. You know, dudes get paid off for playing defense, you know? And it was just a beautiful thing from that standpoint. And the physicality was unreal too. You know what I mean? It was top notch for sure.
Got you, coach.
Yeah. I wanted to say, like, how does that impact you emotionally? Like that sacrifice. Like, did that scare you? Knowing that, like, you had to transition from a shooting guard to a point guard, knowing that Phillips is there.
Yeah, that scared the hell out of me. It did.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'll be honest with you, it scared me to the point where, like, it was the first drill I remember in that camp where we're going 94 feet, we're going full court, and I got Lindsey Hunter guarding me full court. You know what I mean? And turning me, and I couldn't bring the ball up the court because they ain't calling fouls, of course. And Lindsey Hunter, everybody knows him from playing defense, so he's trying to prove a point that this rookie shouldn't be here, type thing. So that first day was a wake-up call where, like, okay, it's not even a game no more. You know what I mean? It's like the wow factor of it all is just in the ambience of, like, looking at these guys, like, really in the same gym, warming up, doing the stretches, and you get caught off guard when that balls get thrown up in the air. It was like, all right, now it's business now. Like, you represent you know, in a sense. You got to bring it. You can't be playing around. It's not like you getting catered by a scholarship. This is money involved, and the dollar signs involved is everything, you know. So I think that was one of the biggest things that was a wake-up call that very first day of that camp.
Got you. If you could, what do you think about the NBA today?
I got nothing against it. Just the evolution of the game is it's more of a show more than anything. And I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I love the fact that everybody has their own unique style of how they play.
Okay.
You know, I love that so much. I really do. It's not like somebody trying to be somebody, not the fashion and all that, but just the style of play, how it's implemented as far as, like, you know, the Euro step and stuff, and everybody's trying to, you know, imitate that and put that in the game, and it's expanding now. You got all-stars that are European players now, you know what I mean? Antetokounmpo, you got Luka, you know what I mean? These guys are really catching up. That's what I love about the game, you know what I mean? It's not so more as far as and me being over here in Italy, to be honest with you, I see these guys every day, how hard they competing and going. And now I see the level of the gap is shrinking now, you know what I mean? From that standpoint. And it's coming to a point where it's almost them, they're getting even, you know? And dudes need to wake up. They're not really working hard as these guys all over here. And that's a damn fact for sure. So I think that's the biggest thing for sure.
Wow. Hey, coach, man, that's
what we were talking about prior to the live. Like, my friend Gio, he's from Georgia, Eastern Europe, and he's talking about, like, in the United States, there's 1 million people, so you're gonna get maybe 100, 200 talents, but like in the country you're in, there's only 2 million people, so you get like 4 or 5 talents, but those talents are gonna be serious because the competition is crazy out there.
Yeah, it's crazy, and the fact of, I always look at it because my dad always like, what is your why? Like, your why has to be stronger than that next guy. You know what I mean? And just living over here, their why is stronger because they don't have nothing over here.
Right.
To look back to. You know what I mean? Like, the social media, okay, that's cool and stuff, but they don't have all the glitz and glamours. They really, like, the guys that I train, youth 19, these guys don't go to school. They have an option if they want to go to school or not.
Wow.
They, you know what I mean? Like, they going full throttle every single day. And I'm like standing back, like, because I train, you know, guys over, in the U.S. too as well. And I'm like, damn, these dudes really going hard. If I bring this team over here, it's a wake-up call of just the physicality of what these guys are doing. It's 19 years old. You know, it might not be as far as the athleticism or the talent, but if you put talent to heart and somebody that wants it, it's going to compete to that level, you know? So,
Yes. So let me ask you a question. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the league, for the NBA, in your opinion? Or
meaning like what?
Does it, like, meaning the gap is getting closer and closer to the point where it may get closed, or they may start being better than, you know, does that matter?
as far as who you deferring to, as far as like the guys that's in the U.S.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's the guys in the U.S. don't see what's going on over here. You know what I mean? They can't actually see what's going on over here. But the guys that's here, they see more of what's going on in the U.S. because they're in tune to it. The training, I can actually speak. We all, you know what I mean? The training has gotten better. And I think that's one thing that lacked for them as far as the old school. And the best thing that they do have, they don't defer from the fundamentals of basketball. You know, I think that's a lost art too. The fundamentals of basketball, if you have that, you can play at any level, you know. So the mid-range, 15-footer, you know, like basic fundamentals from that standpoint, and the list goes on of things, but the fundamentals is the foundation. Once you have that, you can build on top of other things. But if you don't have that fundamental sound, your wall cracks, you know. So it depends on who's actually teaching you this game, you know, basketball too as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to get to a quick question. What was your go-to move?
My go-to?
Yeah.
Mine was the 15-footer. The one dribble pull-up.
So you're gonna
pull up, yeah, get to the counters. If you stop that one, up and under, yeah, just the 15-footer was my knack for sure. Getting into the middle and pulling up and raising. I'm a big guard, 6'5", long arm, 7'1" wingspan. I love rebounding as a guard too. You know, I think that was a big thing for me, getting there, banging with the bigs, pushing it as a wing, and then yeah, just getting to my spots. That was the biggest thing right there. I think that's one of the things how I got drafted, where I can execute, not being so fast, but quick getting to my spot with the first step.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
The 15-footer, is that a lost art in the game right now? I don't see any players doing that, or y'all your program to be able to knock 15-footer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that I'm actually implementing for these guys too. I think that is a lost art. You definitely hit that on the head. I think one of the guys that you definitely know about New York wise is Carmelo Anthony. That's nasty with that, you know. And if you can have that in your game, man, it's scary to the point of the set shot three is something that, you know, is definitely something that you need for sure. If you have that, you can pull up, you can raise on somebody. But if you can get to your spot before that other weak side help comes, right, and pull up and raise up over them, man, there's curtains after that for sure, with confidence. You know, we seen it in the Final Four, the last shot from Lamont Butler. Getting to the spot, you know.
Yes, but hold on, make you laugh. Did you watch LSU versus Iowa, the women?
Yes.
Now,
yes.
in the fourth quarter, did you see that point guard hit about 5'6", 15-footers?
15-footers get to the spot.
Come on.
Right, raising up too with confidence. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I agree.
I think it's a lost art, but it might be coming back. You know what I mean? I think it is. It's one of those things that is shaking. You know what I mean? Right. It's really like one of those things that's coming back for sure.
Yeah, because it's still a high percentage shot. You deal with analytics, which I mean, like for our platform, we just like raw and cut just basketball because, you know, from New York, come from that era where we just love to play. Mm-hmm. But if people deal with analytics, that's still the higher percentage shot. So, and to me, I love a player, man, that can knock down that 15-footer, man. That to me, that shot is legendary. Going from Mike to Kobe and guys, that's unstoppable, man.
It's unstoppable. Yeah. It's unstoppable. It's a high percentage shot more than a floater. You know what I mean? One of those things. I would take a 15-footer for sure.
Yes. Now, ask you a question because, you know, we fans and a lot of us, we love the game so much. Of course, we wish we could have played in the NBA, but we didn't have that. But us as fans from the outside looking in, give us one thing that we don't know about the NBA. Just one thing that you can tell us. Because as fans, we may be like, oh, this play is not all as good. You know how we argue and fight and go crazy and go, this play is overrated. Right. A better question. Tell us how good Chauncey Billups was live. Because some people don't even mention Chauncey Billups when it comes to great point guards?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think he's a sleeper. You know, all the damage that he's did, he's a sleeper, and he loves that. I think he thrives off that. You know what I mean? Coming from Minnesota, having been slept on, and then going to Detroit, being coached by Brown, and him getting a chance to actually run a team, and it's his team. Man, it was crazy because crazy story about it is that Chauncey actually came to Pepperdine, and this is the reason why I got drafted. It wasn't because like I was 100% talented. I was in the right place at the right time. Chauncey came to Pepperdine because Reggie Miller bought a house in Malibu, California. And Reggie came first to actually work out with us. And Reggie's one of my favorite guys. And he was like, man, I like the way you guys play. Like, it's better than UCLA run because I don't have to worry about my bags. Nobody's here. We just get into it. So he brought everybody. I mean, a Monster team. Chauncey Billups, Tyrone Lue when he played, Al Harrington, Stephon Marbury. The list goes on with these guys that came to our gym to play. You know what I mean? Kevin Garnett, when he actually won the MVP that year.
Hold on. Before you finish, those are all dogs he bringing over there.
All dogs.
Right.
All dogs.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So to actually see these dudes compete and just watching Chauncey that in my gym, watching him cook, it was crazy. You know how you can cook when there's no coaches.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just me hooping. Like, that was a different side when I saw Chauncey firsthand up close. You know what I mean? And he's going at his boy Tyrone Lue cooking. And I said, damn. And I got a chance to guard him, and it was like I was a fly on the shoulder.
Right.
But he wasn't worried about me. He wasn't worried about me at all. You know what I mean? And these dudes was hitting Steph Curry shots way back then. You know what I mean? So just to watch how effortless this dude was of not stressing at all and being so just on point with every move, man, it was great. It was great to watch him play as a fan, which I was at that point, being drafted and watching him play, and even during the crucial times of him just like figuring things out, how to actually win games, which was phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Hey, Jared Harrington is in the building, man. Jared is here. He want to ask a question. Who's the toughest player you had to guard?
Oh my God, the toughest player I had to guard. It would have to be AI. AI.
Hey, you got to explain that. Everybody love AI. You know that.
It had to be AI, and this was crazy because AI got traded to Detroit when I was there.
I was there
over Chauncey, and it was crazy because we all in. I think we was in Atlanta and waiting for the bus. Chauncey doesn't get on the bus. Everybody's like, all right, don't worry about it. He'll be here. We get to the warm up. Chauncey's not there. He's in his room. We go to the room. He's like, man, I got traded for AI, and I can't say nothing like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So the band broke up from that point on. This is my second year coming back to the league, matter of fact. And I got back to Detroit, and just seeing AI come, man, you talking about a lightning bolt. It wasn't just a one-time thing where
fast, huh?
Yeah, when I guarded him and he played for Denver, it was like everyday thing. You know what I mean? Like, it was a constant everyday thing of me trying to guard this guy. And it was a lot of dudes. Rick Hamilton's one. I take these dudes because I got a chance to guard these dudes every day and try to figure out like how to guard these dudes every day in practice. And that was the biggest thing for me, So I say AI. I say Rick Hamilton coming off screens from Ben Wallace. It was crazy.
Hold
Not
on.
moving at all.
Hold on. Stay there real quick. Because what we like to do, like I said, I love the game, man. I love talking about it, yelling, arguing, fighting. But I also love to hear from professionals. Explain how, like a person like Rip Hamilton, explain how important it is for them guys to know how to run around them picks and things of that nature.
Yeah, it's not even a play.
Wow.
It's not even a play. I think he breaks every single play there is. The dude doesn't stop moving. You know what I mean? And the chemistry of the team is more important than anything as far as a play. Like, we'll start off as a play, but it's pretty much getting ripped the ball. And if they actually helping off him, the big man hedges out and starts to help off him, they're looking for the back door for Rasheed Wallace or something like that. We need a bucket, we'll go to Rasheed Wallace in the post. But the plays are literally just reads. And Rip Hamilton is reading every single time down the court. He's like the number one option. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you got Rasheed Wallace on this side setting the screen. You got Ben Wallace on this side setting the screen. And you guarding Rip Hamilton. So you pick your poison of who you want to shield towards him. You want him to go off Sheed's screen, you're going to get knocked out, or Ben Wallace's screen is you're going to see Daffy Duck Twilight stars. You know what I mean? So this guy is pretty efficient at what he does. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. You know what I mean? And the 15-foot game, you got to respect that. He built his game from a three-point standpoint as well, too, which is phenomenal. And he's curling without even dribbling, you know what I mean? And just pulling up. So you pretty much down there going to foul him if you're trying to actually guard him up close, because he's pulling up on a dive now.
Hold on, quick question for Andrew. Who's the best you've seen run around those screens? Is it Reggie Miller, Rip Hamilton, or right now Steph Curry?
Ooh, that's a good question. I say Steph Curry, because Steph Curry got a handle. Yeah, I say Steph Curry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Reggie Miller and Rip, if they ain't got nothing, most of the time, you know, Rip will probably put it on the dribble one time, but you can actually stop that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I shouldn't say stop that. I apologize. You can probably actually defend that a little bit more than what Steph Curry's doing, because Steph is not stopping. Even when he catches the ball off the screen, he's putting it on the ground, he's crossing over and doing all that. So I definitely say that. And Reggie, he's passing it back and using another screen. So it's a tough decision to actually pull that one off.
So I have a question for you, and I do apologize for turning off.
No problem.
But at the high school level, or even middle school level, what was your work ethic? For everybody in here to hear, this way they can maybe have their kids start doing it or whatnot. But I want to know. I want to know what I need to be expecting my doing.
Nice. My dad was a good reader as far as what Kobe Bryant did in high school. He would wake up before school and run, 2-3 miles, go to school. Sixth period, he would hoop. I was a firm believer of whatever my dad had, it was best for me to actually lock in. I didn't see. And here's one thing that I think that people can't understand. I'll explain it too.
Okay.
It's not something that you start today, you're going to see the light right then and there. Not even a week, maybe not even a month. You might have one good game after you do this consecutively for a month, but it's like a catalog that you're building for better days. So don't get discouraged when I'm saying, like, I wake up and I run, 4 miles, not 4 miles, I apologize, 2 miles before school. Honestly, I will walk, I'll get dressed, take a shower, I will walk to school about a mile. I had to decide if I wanted to use money for the bus or for lunch. I'm walking to school because I need money to eat. So I will walk to school about a mile. At lunchtime, I'm playing basketball. You know what I mean? At sixth period, I'm playing basketball. After sixth period, we have practice. I'm playing basketball. You know what I mean? When we get home, school bell rings, I'm playing basketball. It's always a basketball in my hand at a high school level, because it's just nothing else that you have to do or worry about from that standpoint, but get better. You know what I mean? And if you look at it from that standpoint of, like, if you're going to do it now or later, it's better to do it now while you're young and you got fresh legs. Just get through that grind right now, because you got to get through that ugly stage. And everything you do is going to be an ugly stage when you start off, whether it's business, whether it's starting, a startup, anything you do, it's got to be an ugly stage that you got to get through to get to that point of where you're trying to get to, So I definitely say, like, just start now, have a routine. And that's the biggest thing that these guys don't have at a young age. They want to do so many things in their head. And then the next day they want to do so many things. You got to have your own personal routine of what works for you for your schedule. You know what I mean? So that worked for me. My dad actually ran with me until he couldn't no more. I picked up the slack, woke up 5 o'clock every morning. My brother ran to school, you know what I mean? Ran around the tracks, came back home, and it worked for me for sure. I even ran 8 miles before games sometimes. At AAU, people thought I was crazy. My team still remembers this to this day. You remember your dad made you run in Manhattan Beach 8 miles down and back, and then you had a game, you were shooting air balls. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. Everybody talking about when he shot air balls.
Right.
That doesn't matter. I don't even remember my stats in high school. Nobody cares about your stats in high school.
Great point.
But if it is what it is, and you think it's probably ugly right now, who cares? But it's going to be better days, because even dudes in the league, you can't name a dude in the league that didn't average 20 points somewhere, whether it's AAU or college. What are they averaging right now? You know what I mean? Besides the elite players.
Right. Yeah.
They're
Right.
averaging 4 points, 2 points.
Wait.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what your stats are. They will find you and they will see you. I'm a true believer of that, and I'm a testimony of that. If you actually in that gym every day, they will find you, whoever they need, and they will see you. And it's just your job to be ready at that point.
Right.
And if you're not ready, that's on you, because they're going to look at somebody else. Like you said in the beginning, there's so many dudes that's hooping. You don't know who's going to walk in that gym. I didn't know in college that Reggie Miller was my favorite player, was going to walk into the gym. If I wasn't ready to hoop with my shoes, I would have lost that whole situation. You know what I mean?
How did that go?
Reggie brought a house in Malibu, and he brought his trainer. And I remember the trainer from Pepperdine. He called me, blew my phone up, little flip phone, and he was like, "Bro, you gotta get down here." I was like, "What's going on?" He said, "Bro, Reggie Miller's in the gym." And I was about to go to some school, some class. I ran down, set up in the highest bleacher possible, watched him work out. From that point on, I thought I was doing something, but I never knew what a professional athlete does as far as workout. And that opened my mind that, hey, I'm not doing enough, and I'm not doing what I need to do. I'm just in that gym doing BS. Go ahead.
What I was saying about meeting these coaches, when JJ Redick to the 3rd grade game with that notepad, I was like, yo.
He said JJ Redick coaches his 3rd grade team here. And he said the 3rd grade JJ Redick came with a notepad and explained what you were saying.
He was so prepared with substitutions, transitions, this, that, and the third. And it made me sit back and think, like, bro, am I not coaching? Am I not? And what you just said, when you saw Reggie work out, you started thinking, like, yo, am I wasting my time? Or do I turn it up a notch, you know?
Yeah, turn up a little notch for sure. And I think people think like they get discouraged of like, I'm doing this, but you're not really doing nothing. You got enough time to actually lock in and figure out how to program your day. Whether it's at the end of the day, you know what you're going to do tomorrow. So you can write that down, like, 30 minutes. I got enough time to actually practice my Italian. For me, I'm just talking, you know what I mean? Because I'm out here in Italy. I got time to actually do the things that I need to do. But if I procrastinate, that window is done. Same thing in basketball. You know what I mean? Like, if you procrastinate, that day you just wasted a whole day. There's somebody, whether it's in the U.S. or in Europe, got better. I kid you not, they got better. You know what I mean? So once I saw Reggie in that gym, it was crazy because I sat up at the top bleacher. I didn't say nothing. I didn't even want to show my face. I just really locked in. I came back. The next day he came back. The next day he came back. And the way he worked out, it wasn't like making 5 spots here. The dude literally stayed on one half of the court, shooting almost 200 makes on one side of the court, practicing a turnaround fade jump shot. Turnaround fade jumps, one bounce dribble pull up, constant repeating itself and building that machine, you know what I mean, that implemented the one bounce dribble pull up. And then he played 1-on-1, 2-on-2 with us when he was ready to play. You know what I mean? And then from there, the dude ran like 17 suicides on his own after playing against us when we was dead tired. So I was like, you know what? I'm definitely not doing enough. Because this dude is coming in who's an elite all-star, and he's competing like he's a rookie, like he's trying to make an NBA team. So from there on, I was like, you know what, I'm not doing enough. And I remember one of the crazy things that all the other guys was asking for, socks, NBA socks, shoes. He was sponsored by Jordan, so he was giving all this stuff away. He was like, Alex, you never asked for nothing. I was like, man, you gave me everything that I needed. Just me watching you play, that's all I needed. And then he knew what I wanted from that point on. So I built a relationship with him because he saw something in me, was like, okay, I'm going to take you serious because you're taking the game serious. Now I can actually tell you some songs. Yeah, the game respect game. It's not like you want, I can get all the shoes and just get me there. I can get that myself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that was one of the things that I commend him. I respect him. And he was like, man, I'm going to open the doors for you for sure.
Dope. Listen, man, we have an act in the building. Now, before we get you out of here, man, I just want to say thank you. We appreciate you pulling up and showing love, man.
For sure. Appreciate it, guys.
But before we get you out of here, hold on. You got to give us. You can't get out of here without this. I need your top 5 all time.
Top 5 all time?
Yeah.
Golly. I'm going to say Shaq.
Okay, Shaq.
I'm going to say Kobe. Definitely.
Okay.
Cali kid. Dad from Chicago, so it'd be wrong for me to say Michael Jordan. It's definitely Michael Jordan. That's 3. This ain't even fair. AI for sure.
That's 4.
And then I'm gonna have to say Steph Curry, man. Damn, I got KD as well too. It's so many juggernauts, man.
Hey, that's your 5. You got Curry, AI. You said Shaq, Jordan, and Kobe. That's your 5. That's your 5. Coach, anything you want to ask before we get out of here?
No, I just want to say thank you for sharing, man. Like, I
appreciate
it. And dedication. Like, I feel like everything that you mentioned tags along to what I was saying about mentality. It's the, like, even that story, like, that is so amazing. Like, you literally say, you know what, I don't need none of that. You gave me the life that I needed.
Yeah.
Get your time, and I thank you that you mentioned that you follow the academy. Like, that means the world.
Sure. I remember I seen my man Igor came to the building.
Igor,
assistant coach. That's my guy.
Whenever you're in New York, let me know, man. There's
always
opportunity to shoot around, coach, whatever.
Sure. Appreciate it. All right, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for love, man.
And the Anchor, thank you, my brother. Have a great one, man.
So
thank
much,
you.
Man.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure.
All right.
Wow, that was so dope, man.
Yeah, listen.
There's so much knowledge just now.
Come on, bro.
Unreal.
Hey, man. Allball with Uncle Weiss. Coach Kyle, man. Listen, Brooklyn Basketball Academy, man. Great day today. Like I said, we live from the gym. We just had former Detroit Pistons, former Pepperdine, Alexander Acker, man. Legendary talk. He gave y'all a lot of jewels. Hey, man. It just goes to show how hard it is, how hard them dudes work in the NBA, man.
He said after
I heard 17 suicides.
Wait, no, but the thing was, he said he had a 200 shot shoot around.
Right.
Then he played a game. After the game, they were exhausted, and this dude takes time to run 17 suicides.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
There's level. When I say there's levels to this shit that make you question your work ethic.
So once again, that's why it's great when we say we from the outside looking in. And one thing with Allball, I don't mind being honest. We just love it. We sometimes don't know what the hell we talking about. Right. So when we try to critique a Reggie, a Chauncey, right, we got to understand the hard work they put in. So now I'm just saying in my mind, just imagine the work Curry was putting in.
He said Lindsey Hunter gave him his welcome to the NBA movement. Some people don't even know that Lindsey Hunter was on that team.
Detroit, and he was tough.
As a defensive guru.
Come on.
I didn't know that until he just mentioned it.
Come on,
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know Lindsey Hunter was a guru on defense.
He was tough on
94 feet lock you up. I didn't. I learned that.
Again, another lost guard. When people talk this trash about the '90s guards, Mookie Blaylock, defensive.
Oh man, that was my guy, Atlanta Hawks, Mookie. Come on, man. They don't talk about Derek Harper, New York Knicks, the Mad Dog.
They put the rules against Derek.
Come on, man. And you know, he had the legendary move. He gonna let you go by him. Got him. Got him. Or he gonna hit it right behind. Yeah, man. Big shout out Jared Harrington, man, for setting that up for us. Big shout out Uncle Ice, man. Like I said, man, Allball, Fabe, Coach Kyle, man. Brooklyn Basketball Academy, man. It's nothing but love. And yo, that was great talks with Alexander Acker, but also great talks with Coach Kyle, man, where, like I said, he was just breaking down. I love the AAU basketball, how you broke it down. Because a lot of us really don't know. And then you have a lot of parents that we think we teaching our kid, and we may be discouraging him.
And did you see what he said related to what I was saying? Like,
that was crazy.
With the routine and like being around certain people make you start questioning.
Yeah.
And it's not in like discouragement, but it's in like, what can I do that's gonna get me there today, not tomorrow, today?
Because you think you're doing something, which you are doing something, and you think you putting in work, and then you see somebody that's 100 times more successful, that's at that level you want to get at, and you going, hold on, they going harder than me.
Yep.
And they already made it. Yeah.
Yep.
So hey, man, that was great, man. And like I said, we thank everybody that stayed on the live with us. This is what we do. Anytime y'all see us on live, y'all can jump on. We show love. You can come up on the screen. We argue, we yell, we fight.
Let's do 10 more minutes.
Yes.
And let's do that. Let's get back to that debate.
Melo and Pierce.
Let's get back to that debate.
He wants to smoke.
I need to hear these because people was laughing when I mentioned Tony Kukoc as possibly in the discussion.
So what do you? What am I pinning?
Better. I'm not
right.
Saying, but these are names that you can bring up in the discussion.
Great small forwards.
Let's name some great small forwards. Who are they? Are there 10 better than Carmelo? Are there 10 small forwards that are better than Carmelo Anthony? That's my discussion. I'm a New York Knicks diehard fan. Of course, I'm a fan. You're a fan of Carmelo too. You're a Knicks fan. But
look, I'm not a fan. I'm being honest.
Top 10.
I like so yeah. Let's have this talk, man. 2 o'clock. We done. So my opinion, Coach. So he make a scratch.
Dom Dropper said, yeah.
See, Dom.
Let's. So Dom, name your top 10.
Oh man, hold on. My guy King Rugg is in the building. What's up, man? New Orleans / Dallas is in the building. My guy LaRon, man, good brother, and he be in that AAU circuit out there in Dallas.
Nice.
He the one that was giving me a lot of the heads up when LeBron's son and all of them was going out there playing. Yeah, that's my guy. See, all right, top 10. See, I'm putting a lot of guys in there before him. Because he got some of them just look at the offensive skill set. They don't look at nothing else. They don't look at winning. They don't look at defense. They don't look at nothing else.
Right.
So that's why, to me, I'm taking Paul Pierce over Carmelo. So I would go Paul. I'm going Dr. J. I'm going KD, LeBron, Larry Bird. I'm going Scottie Pippen. I'm taking James Worthy.
Throwing Elgin Bell in there.
I'm throwing Elgin Bell in there. I'm taking Kawhi Leonard. And then you got a lot of the older guys that a lot of these guys they don't know or don't pay homage to. So for me, as great as Melo is, yo man, Alex English, yeah, Dom, you already know.
James Worthy,
Dominique.
There's too many to say that he's 10.
But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Melo's skill set was crazy. He had
he has one of the best face-up games we've ever seen.
He might be better than Dominique, though. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Dominique is just a jump out the building.
Yeah. I'm
prolific, like one of a kind athlete. Let's be honest. Yeah. Outside of that, he wasn't dominant on defense. Didn't really have a jump shot, so he's very limited. Yeah. Very limited.
Getting ahead of his time.
Yeah,
ahead of his time. But then when Melo when he was younger, he had a little handle.
Yeah.
When he came to the league, he had a little crossover.
Started eating good, got a little belly.
Yeah. See, to me, Melo hurt himself, in my opinion, from just when you say top 10, automatic. Because to me, he never looked in shape.
Right.
And he had opportunities with those Denver Nuggets to get further.
Right.
He should not only have been the one conference finals.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
And then even what he did with our Knicks, he could have waited. Mm-hmm. Could have waited. Mm-hmm. So to me, his selfishness played a lot of played a part in my opinion, not in my top 10.
But
I'm sorry. And I think Paul Pierce is better than Carmelo Anthony, man. I'm sorry.
that's the toughest debate of the week.
We the only ones that have that debate, though. A lot of people scared of those debates.
Right. And all right, so why do you think Paul Pierce?
I think he had a better all-around game, and I think he was better at winning and leadership.
All right, so I do give you leadership. Winning, I don't 100% agree to, and all-around game, I do agree to.
Okay.
But winning, I can't agree to that.
Okay, winning could be up in the air because Carmelo won in Syracuse.
And he was the leader of that team as a freshman.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
As a freshman.
Yes.
That means people been there 3-4 years, and I'm coming in, and you under my belt.
That's a fact.
Big homie.
That's a fact.
So,
and also, I think Melo has to deal with a different level of celebrity. And whether we like it or not, that is a factor. I don't think Paul Pierce has to deal with the Melo celebrity.
And let's be honest, he got robbed over Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He at least got co-rookie.
He got robbed.
Yeah, they should have shared it. And they went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
His rookie year.
He got robbed. He outplayed LeBron in every statistical category and didn't get Rookie of the Year. I never heard of that.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Maybe what hurt him as well, coming in with LeBron.
I was going to say that.
That comparison, remember, that first year, two people really argued Melo was better than LeBron.
So, and remember the debate was, should LeBron have stayed in college?
Or went to college, right? Or went to college.
Should he have went to college?
Yeah.
Because Melo did the 1 year.
Yeah.
LeBron went straight from high school that same year.
Great point.
So now the question became, would LeBron have won at the college level if he went? You know what I mean? It became So it's very true. If he comes in a year, maybe LeBron comes a year after, or Melo comes a year after, we have a whole different depiction.
Yeah, that's a fact. Paul played far better defense in 08 to 13 than Melo ever played. Hey,
Don, let's be honest. Was it Paul Pierce's defense or was it the anchors that he had behind him? He had KG and Kendrick Perkins behind him. He had two great on-ball. You had Ray Allen chasing people around screens. That's what he did. You had Rondo guarding point guard. So who did he really have to guard?
Well, even when he was younger, though, he started losing defensively after like 03, 04. When Walter McCarty was there, Antoine Walker was there, Paul Pierce was D up. I think it's all defense for those years.
KG is the best defender in the league, though, at that time.
Yeah. But I'm saying before KG, Paul Pierce was D'ing up. If he just laughed at himself.
Hey, Dom, you can come up if you want, man. We on here till 2 o'clock. If you want to make your argument, that's up to you. Do your thing. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Melo does get some tough breaks. I just think some of these guys, look, Dom always want to break down some tape. Dom already know. Look, look.
He guarded LeBron and Kobe as his primary defender.
Who?
Paul Pierce.
No, listen.
In the playoffs.
Yeah, listen. I advocate. I told you, I'm taking Paul Pierce over Melo. I'm sorry. But now thinking back, Melo was tough, man. Melo was tough. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say Melo wasn't tough. No. When we start, and this is what I'm learning now, y'all, being an old head, I'm being honest. If we strip away the rings, Melo was better than James Worthy.
I don't know about that, bro.
His skill set.
James Worthy was tough.
Yeah, James Worthy was super tough. Super tough. He won in North Carolina. Super tough.
No.
I know. James Worthy was tough.
James Worthy in transition. Tough.
That's what I'm saying. These are the guys Melo got to go up against. Nobody can guard these guys one-on-one, but you need to make the life tough. That's a fact.
Dog. James, listen, I think he's totally underrated, and partially because he get outside by Magic and Kareem, but
he's underrated though. Yes,
but Melo has that bully ball game. It's serious.
Yeah,
it's damn near unstoppable.
I'm gonna say this, man. Hold on. Hey, we got 5 minutes, man. We out of here at 2 o'clock. Hey, man, nothing but love over here, man. Good day today. We in Brooklyn, getting love in Brooklyn. Did you ever
What Dom at? What Dom at?
BS. What up?
What Dom at? Dom act like he the only motherfucker that watch tape. Where Dom at?
Listen, he at work. He at work. He at work. He in the comments.
Dom,
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Make yourself available later on or something. Nigga act like he the only one that watched film. Like he the only one. That's a historian of the game. Nigga, I've been watching the game just as long. Cut it out. And
yeah,
you know who it is. You know who it is, Fabian.
Hold on.
What up?
Hey, Fleet, I'm gonna be honest. Now all right, let me ask you a question. Because we got 3 minutes, and I want you, yes, sir. I want you to take these 3 minutes, right? Hey, man,
I love what y'all was doing today, man. I love
big shout out Coach
y'all doing,
Kyle, man. Showing love.
That was a hell of a
Alexander
conversation.
You got these. Yes. You got these 2-3 minutes. Melo or Paul Pierce? Tell me why you taking
Melo off the eye test. I don't want to talk about no stats, no breakdown. Who he did this, he did that. Because I could do that too. We could do that. But if we're gonna spend 2 or 3 minutes, we're gonna just talk basketball. And basketball, when I look at the game, give me Melo over Paul Pierce. It just is what it is. We can start throwing all the variables in there. Like he said, Paul Pierce start playing defense in 08. There's a reason why he started playing defense in 08. Like, there's a reason why. Kevin Garnett came over there. There's a reason why Doc Rivers started to elevate as a coach. There's a reason why Tom Thibodeau was the defensive guru sitting next to him. Like, there's a reason why he started to elevate his game as a defensive player. Let's not don't talk to me about Pierce coming out of Kansas and he was a defensive stopper. Get the fuck out of here. Like, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Cut that shit out. And they used to bring in a bunch of guys for years before KG and Ray Allen got there just to defend. They bring in Ricky Davis. They brought in fucking Ricky Davis because Paul Pierce couldn't stop a nosebleed. Like, cut it out, man. Like, you gotta stop this shit with Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce was great. The Truth, nicknamed by Shaq, amazing.
I'll be real though. He has one of the greatest NBA plays I've ever seen.
Oh, when he was talking him down,
shit to Al Harrington.
Yeah, knocked down the game winner.
Oh, that is cold blooded.
Hey, we got.
Oh, that's a hell of a play when he pulled his shorts. When he pulled his shorts, that's a hell of a play.
Yeah.
That whole sequence.
But I gotta start putting more respect on Melo's name. Like, when you really think back, Melo was tough, man. Melo was tough. I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, I just think that conversation, a lot of these players, when we up here talking, the James Worthies, the Paul Pierces, them dudes get lost in the sauce. So, it's all our opinion.
Paul Pierce is a hell of a player at that position.
Melo only guarded when he was playing top level players. Because I don't know if you remember the series when he was going at it with Kobe.
Oh, hell yeah.
He was going.
But that's what I'm saying. Dom in the comments talking about, I'll take Pierce, you take Melo, my team will win. You can't guarantee that. Since Dom is such a stats guy, I just did the work. So I just went and looked up head to head over their careers. They both played 19 seasons. They played against each other 27 times. Melo is 25, 6, and 4 against Paul Pierce head to head 27 times for their entire career. Paul Pierce has the lower numbers. So, I mean, what you want to roll with? We can roll with whatever you want to roll with. Melo has better playoff numbers. Melo has better career numbers. Like, what do we want to do?
Listen,
y'all, man.
Gotta get out of here,
man.
man.
Go find Dom Drop. I know he getting his money. He working. I love y'all, man. For real.
Yeah.
Yo, Coach.
Y'all later, man. We gonna go live later, nigga.
Yes, always, man. Fabian, I'll let you,
man.
Yes, sir. All right. Hey, man, we about to get out of here, man. Brooklyn Basketball Academy. I want to thank Alexander Acker, but most of all, I want to thank Coach Kyle, man, for letting us in here, man, showing love, man. Fabian, big shout out Uncle Ice, man. All of us, the Allball family, man. And hey, Dom, look, Dom be wanting to smoke with everybody.